Some of these videos weren't meant to be seen. What started as a normal TikTok scroll turned into something way darker. The kind of clips people skip without realizing what they just watched. This is a dark side of TikTok. Dark videos, unsettling clips, and things that should have stayed buried. If you're into creepy TikToks and rabbit holes, you're in the right place. This is a brand new channel and I want to grow it over time and evolve it. If you want to be part of that journey, because this is just the beginning, please hit a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know which clip messed with you the most. All right, let's get to it.
The day I got back from filming this video where I snuck on Jeffrey Epstein's island, a random guy walked in my house all the way up to the 3rd floor with a luggage and a backpack and asked if Ryan is staying here. I looked at him, I was like, no. And he was like, oh shit, my bad. He seemed to be pretty chill, but now that I'm thinking of all of this stuff is happening to me, the black SUVs outside, that guy has the full layout of my house now. I don't know who that guy was. I should have had cameras at the time. Also, not to mention, last night, a DoorDash driver walked inside my house. That has never happened. This is real stuff happening in real time. Follow to stay updated.
Yeah, Nico, they got you, my boy. You are 100% compromised. So you're telling me a random DoorDash driver walked into your house, number one. You're telling me a random dude entered your house asking for a random guy named Ryan, and the black SUVs are still watching you after you went to the island? Dude, you're compromised. I'd pack your bags.
Did Jeffrey Epstein and his friends consume human meat? Did they eat babies? Well, I have some shocking new things to show you. First of all is this email exchange sent in July of 2009. I do not know who this was sent to and who Jeffrey was talking to, but as you can see, somebody at the bottom writes Jeffrey and says, LOL, I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. And then they talk about a schedule and a fuel explosion. I don't know what that even means. But yeah, disturbing. I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. I mean, babies are babies. Cream cheese is a food that you eat, obviously. And then above that, Epstein writes back, there are millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. So you can make of that what you will, but to me it really seems like they're discussing eating babies. I mean, I don't really know what to make of that. There's also a lot of what seems to be coded speak in the Epstein files dealing with muffins. For example, here's one email found in the files that says, hey Lynn, can you please make sure I have some muffin batter and baked muffins to take with us tomorrow to the ranch? Thanks. Then here's another email. T passed on your rude Easter creature movie. Thought you might like Nutty. I doubt he is up to your normal muffin standard. Hope to see you soon. Whatever that means. Here's another one you can pause to read if you'd like. The other thing he would like to change is the size of his muffins. Could you please bake the muffins for Mr. Epstein, make them smaller in size? Your muffin proportions are good. However, they should have no brown sugar on the top. Then again, woohoo, I'm so happy for you. Gobble down a muffin, take a nice long shower, and crawl into bed. Just such a strange email. And this one's pretty bizarre. Hi Sonam, Jeffrey might come back to New York, June, yada yada. I think we should get the muffin ingredients on the airplane this Friday, June 8th, just in case. Do any of the ingredients expire quickly or will all be okay until June 20th? Then in response, there's nothing that will expire quickly and all the ingredients will be ready by tomorrow and will get in airplane this Friday. Then super, thank you. So what the hell kind of muffin are they talking about here? What kind of muffin do you have to fly in ingredients for from God knows where? What type of ingredients get into an airplane? What's up with all of the speak of muffin? There's tons of mentions of pizza, tons of mentions of muffins in these emails. And to me and many others online, this looks to be code speak. Obviously, I don't think they're talking about actual muffin ingredients here, unless there's some super bougie, incredibly sensitive muffin that only the super elite uber rich know about and eat on a regular basis. And yeah, it goes back to messages like this: millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. And it really makes you wonder what all these people were eating when they were hanging out with Epstein and his gang of ghouls.
Quick pause real fast. If you're into creepy TikToks and dark rabbit holes, drop a like and comment which video has been unsettling so far. All right, that was it. Let's get back to it.
Much more than that. We're talking about complete personality changes. She not only looks nothing like herself, she sounds nothing like herself, she acts nothing like herself, she walks nothing like herself. Well, do you guys remember during the premiere of Wicked, the Kardashians threw a sleepover party for Ariana Grande and Cynthia, where yes, they actually spent the night. Well, it just so happened during a tour, Kris Jenner accidentally leaked a $5 million Basquiat painting. And I have done many videos mentioning where Kim purchased the painting, which is a whole other rabbit hole. And here's the said Basquiat painting that Kim purchased for $5 million. And yes, even though Basquiat's artwork was sometimes chaotic and contradicting, it was full of Haitian voodoo symbolism, and his favorite deity to channel was Elise Dantor. Well, Elise Dantor goes by many names. She could also go by Urzuli or Black Madonna, where it just so happens that in her favorite offering, she likes the color light pink. She likes sweet things and sweet pastries, pink roses, perfume, feminine jewelry, beauty, love. No one finds that even a little bit interesting? Okay, if you say so. Now, you don't think Kim Kardashian and her little sis were messing around with things they shouldn't have, do you? No, probably not. Just that one time where Kim Kardashian wanted to channel Marilyn Monroe, but I guess it's a good thing that she didn't get trapped like that.
It's Marilyn's hair. So. You can clone her. That's awesome. Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I've...
If you love Britney Spears in any way, shape, or form, you need to watch this video. I'm going to prove to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is not Britney Spears on her Instagram. Have you ever wondered why Britney Spears is always in front of a box fan? Like, where is she that it's so hot, or why is she always sweating that she needs a box fan? Let me tell you why. Here's a random video of hers from 1999.
I know. Just to be able to be nominated is really, amazing.
Here's another one from 1999.
You leave your parents over here and just went there?
No, actually, I tried out.
The reason that a lot of her posts have a box fan behind her is so that they can use old audio clips from early 1999, 1998, 2000, where the audio was horrible. Let me play for you a series of them so I can prove to you every soundbite you hear from Britney Spears has this fan in it.
And I hope you guys like it. It's coming soon.
Bread. I started off with bread and making bread.
I worked my ass off for this book. I had a lot of therapy to get this book done, so you guys better like it.
Even with Jaden.
Look at my dress.
That is a very pretty dress.
I decided to do new content for my family. It's a little bit more special.
Anybody ready to believe me yet?
People think bathrooms are safe because they're small and familiar. That's the mistake. Here's the warning people ignore. If you're home alone and you hear the shower curtain move when no water is running, don't pull it back. Most people do. They want to confirm nothing's there. People who didn't touch it noticed the same thing. The room felt humid, even though the mirror was clear. Humidity without steam means breath. Rule 1. If the bathroom fan turns on by itself, don't turn it off. That sound isn't for airflow, it's for cover. Here's where it changes. If the toilet lid is down and you know you left it up, don't lift it. Closed lids block reflections. Some people notice a light flicker once. Not off, not on, just enough to change shadows. Rule 2. If the lock clicks but the handle doesn't move, don't test it. Testing tells them how fast you react. People who stay still said the silence felt crowded, like the room was occupied, but nothing wanted to be seen yet. Rule 3. If you feel watched from behind while facing the mirror, don't turn around. Mirrors show what stands still. The warning ends like this. If you leave the bathroom and the door swings shut slowly behind you, don't assume it's air pressure, because whoever learned your routine in that room already knows how long you take, where you stand, and how long you look at your own reflection instead of what might be standing just out of it.
Asian Walter White has been found, but instead of meth, this guy makes virus. His name is Jabez, and the FBI just found a full-on illegal biolab after raiding his garage in Las Vegas. Inside, they found thousands of vials and containers, some being HIV, malaria, and Ebola. It's even gone to the point where traders on Play Market are predicting a 21% chance that another variation of COVID happens before 2027. And apparently during the 2020 pandemic, Zoo was making fake test kits and selling them in the US, making over $1.7 million in the scheme. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you think we're making it out of 2026 alive.
Let's talk about one of the most terrifying urban legend and cursed images ever, Tamino's Hell. The urban legend itself comes from Japan by an author named Iyasu, who at one point was known for writing children's books, who ended up writing this cursed poem after experiencing extreme loss in his own personal life, comprised of his father and his sister, unfortunately passing. So in theory, this poem of it being haunted means that as he wrote this poem, he put so much grief and emphasis into feeling loss, and that's exactly what you end up feeling when you read this poem out loud. And of course, I'm not going to read the poem, because I don't need no bad luck. But many users online, after reading the poem aloud, ended up passing away. Some in car accidents, accidents, others from random illnesses, and others saying after reading the poem aloud felt a strange presence in the same room as they were that isn't there. And shortly after posting about these weird experiences, their accounts went silent, never to post again. Rumors date back before this even hit the internet that this urban legend is a thing. There was even a filmmaker who ended up reading the poem aloud and using the poem in one of his movies, to then a few weeks after the movie came out, passing away. A lot of people online are speculating that this has to do something with reading the poem aloud. Others really have no idea. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna read the poem aloud, nor am I gonna show it on screen, because I just don't think it's worth it. But I guess the biggest question is, do you guys think this poem could actually be cursed? And have you heard of it before? And don't forget to like and follow for more, and thank you guys so much for 2 million followers.
Have you ever seen a picture that just makes your stomach drop? The shadow doll found inside the Warrens Museum was created for the sole purpose to curse someone. The origin of the shadow doll goes that a couple found it inside an antique shop, and when they brought it home, they started to notice something was very wrong with it. They would wake up in the middle of the night with mysterious scratches and bruises all over their body. The closer they looked at the doll, the more they realized that the doll was made with animal bones, black crow feathers, and a real human tooth.
Watch this. A video shows us a couple sleeping when paranormal activity happens in their room. The wife wakes up, but the husband...
What the fuck? What the fuck, baby? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come to the door. Wake up, wake up!
Well, I remember a theory from a long time ago about this particular video. It was that the husband passed away in his sleep, and it was his spirit in the room who was trying to convey to his wife that I'm dead. Please call someone. Not sure how true this theory is.
Erica Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erica Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on. And then he took her out of the will. So Turning Point USA, all of the merch, none of that goes to her at all. It just goes to their 2 children. And boy, did they make a lot of money on that merch too. And mind you, he did this before he was assassinated. So I don't know, man. Some people are saying he found out kind of who Erica Kirk was, like who she really is, and that's why everything went downhill. Which is insane, because if you look at photos of them, you're like, that is the perfect marriage. That's the perfect life. They have 2 healthy, beautiful children. I mean, all their family photos look like this. So Erica supposedly starts screaming at the lawyers when she finds out that she was left with no money. But mind you, she was mad that Candace Owens allegedly was making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the assassination and everything going on, telling her side of the story, etc. But mind you, Erica Kirk said, and it was recorded, that this assassination was the event of a century. But the weird part, other than that statement itself, that was weird. The other weird part is she said, we could pull off the event of a century. That's weird. What do you mean we could pull it off? What do you mean?
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century.
Then talking about merch sales, like merchandise, this is what she said.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales.
What? I know he left his will to his children, but I think he should have just given some to Candace Owens. I think that would have been funny.
Let's just start off by saying, if this is true, this is a very bold statement. The conspiracy of Erica having something to do with the unaliving of Charlie is very dark, but there has to be something more to it. Unfortunately, since there is audio recordings of Erica saying what she said, it does raise the question, what more is there that we do not know? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below.
Creepy Row Photos That Keep Me Up at Night Part 76. This photo was posted to Reddit with the caption, "Over the weekend, I took photos of my kids playing. On one photo, I noticed this figure. What could it be? I took multiple photos afterwards, but didn't see anything similar. I promptly called the kids back, but I really am confused and kind of freaked out now. I need an explanation." Follow for more Creepy Row Photos.
There's this video of this rabbi from a couple decades ago, and he was bragging about how they grind up children and they put them in the McDonald's meat.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with a Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch. Us Jews, you know, we got to do what we do.
It makes a lot of sense because McDonald's, the amount of burgers that they serve, there's not even that many cows in the world for them to serve that. And there have been studies showing that there is human DNA and even like rat DNA in a lot of these McDonald's burgers.
Wow.
But what these elite people are doing is they're taking children, because hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every year in America, and you can't bury hundreds of thousands of kids in cemeteries every year. So what they do is they use this fast food to dispose of them, and we are like the garbage disposal for these trafficked children. And you don't even feel good after eating it because your body is rejecting it, because we weren't made to eat ground up children.
This is what millions call game day fuel. Warm, soft, comforting, and packed with things you were never meant to eat.
This dough doesn't just rise. It's chemically conditioned to be frozen, shipped, stretched, and baked without falling apart.
That smooth cheese pull isn't freshness. It's emulsifiers and anti-caking agents forcing fats and proteins to stay glued together. This meat doesn't rot like real food. Preservatives slow bacteria while grease leaks out and soaks into the crust. You don't care though, right? That garlic butter cup isn't butter. It's flavored oil, stabilizers, and synthetic butter notes made to taste rich. Pretty gross.
Every ingredient here is built for one thing: speed, shelf life, sameness. Your body isn't part of the plan. It's the target.
And this is just the warm-up pizza. Tomorrow, America's most delivered pizza shows up fast and just as engineered.
This is the reason why you shouldn't have mirrors right in front of you when you're sleeping. Look at this couple sleeping, but look what their camera captured. This very strange lady in the mirror. What do you think happened here?
Erica sees a note that Charlie wrote that she's never seen before, and her reaction is crazy. I'm starting to think that Charlie was kind of onto her a little bit. It's kind of giving, I love my family, but not my wife.
There are so many treasures in here. Like, for instance, like this.
Never seen it before.
He wrote on everything. He has papers everywhere. This says, it's the priorities. It says family, children, legacy, kids number one.
Look at her face.
Versus careerism, consumerism, and loneliness. That's interesting. I don't know. I could spend hours.
Charlie was super, super Christian, so it's really interesting that he doesn't mention wife, because in the Bible, wife is number one, but he's saying children are number one. And Erica's reaction was just shocked. She looked shocked, but she was trying to probably hide it. Yes, there was family in there, but family could be his parents, his grandparents, definitely his children, because he put children in there twice. He put legacy, and he just didn't put Erica's name. He didn't say wife, Erica, nothing. And still, what I find so interesting is Charlie said that Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are not great role models for young women, and Erica had Nicki Minaj. They're laughing. She's laughing that Nicki is saying the assassin JD. I don't know why, but I just feel like he was on to Erica. I don't know. That's just my theory.
Hey guys, I'm trying to get some work done here, and I look out my window, and this is special. There's a van aiming directly into my apartment. If I go missing, you know who it was.
They just want you to know. At this point, they don't really care. They want to show you.
How about that?
Beyonce is becoming the most unfollowed person of 2026 because of Jay-Z. So recently, 3 million e-files dropped. And in those files, we have the usual suspects that we already knew were in there. But recently, it was discovered that Jay-Z is also in there. Now, Beyonce fans were not happy when they heard this at all, and they decided to lash out against their queen. Beyonce is always letting that man bring her down, I swear. Now, they're doing this by mass unfollowing Beyonce on IG. She used to be at 310 mil. She's currently at 308. And her numbers on her socials are all in the red, negative.
When was the last time you saw the Olsen twins? Mary, Kate, and Ashley? Why do I ask? Because they're now featured in a Louis Vuitton ad, and they are unrecognizable, leaving their fans asking the question, what happened to the Olsen twins? If you haven't seen the ad, take a look at this. That is the Olsen twins featured in a Louis Vuitton ad. Does that look like the Olsen twins to you? Here are a few more images from the Louis Vuitton Staying Alive ad. Okay, I would have not thought that this was the Olsen twins, Mary, Kate, and Ashley, if I didn't see their names listed on the ad. Take a look below. So the question once again needs to be asked. Has Hollywood claimed more celebrities? These are the Olsen twins that we're all accustomed to seeing. So who are these Olsen twins in this Louis Vuitton ad? So I guess my question to you is, has Hollywood claimed more celebrities? Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to what you think is going on with the Olsen twins. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. When was the last time you saw Jim Carrey? Why do I ask? Because Jim Carrey was at a recent appearance with his co-stars from the movie Grinch. And he had fans asking the question, has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? If you haven't seen the images, take a look at this. Who is that? Is that Jim Carrey? Is that the Jim Carrey that we all recognize from movies and TV shows? This is the Jim Carrey that we're all used to seeing. So the question needs to be asked, has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? Fans were quick to react to the way he looked on stage. Does he look the same to you? I understand that people can age and people can change, but a lot of these Hollywood celebrities just don't look the same at all. So once again, it begs the question, has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? This is a photo of Jim Carrey not too long ago. So who is this Jim Carrey? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Kris Jenner looks beautiful in new photos celebrating her 70th birthday. Why does she look exactly like Kim Kardashian? No, I know she's the mother. Before you type that shit, I know she's the mother. Don't try that shit. But just take a look. Is this a 70-year-old woman? But wait, before you even answer that, take a look at this. This was in 2007. This is in 2025. They really just might be drinking baby blood. Those conspiracy theories about Hollywood just might be true. Because how are you reverse aging? How did you go from looking like this to looking like that? You don't find that suspicious?
The most evil, demonic brands in America today, it's crumble cookie. Gasoline is probably cleaner than a crumble cookie. The owner is making millions of dollars off this product and really poisoning the American people.
And she's not wrong. Crumble isn't just selling cookies. They go viral on social media, market to kids, load their products with sugar and toxic ingredients, and then disguise them as treats. One cookie can top 700 calories and over 87 grams of sugar. For adults, that's already over 3 times the daily recommended limit. And for kids, the American Heart Association says they should have no more than 25 grams a day. So one crumble cookie is giving them more than 3 days worth of sugar in just a few bites. So what's inside these processed treats? Bleach and processed flours, processed sugars, seed oils, preservatives and artificial flavors, and food dyes you wouldn't even want in your kids' finger paints. Oh, and this is the same brand that teamed up with the Kardashians, glamorizing that pink box full of toxins and calling it trendy. Bottom line, this is not dessert. This is a chemical cocktail disguised as a cookie, made to fatten their profits and destroy your health. So think twice next time.
Why have these Hollywood actresses suddenly aged 20 years? Recently, Miley Cyrus's Gucci ad has sparked heated discussions. Her sunken cheeks and disappearing eyebrows make her look like she's 20 years older. She looks absolutely terrible. Miley was always a shining star in Hollywood, but now the sparkle in her eyes is gone, replaced by a weary, aging look. The same transformation has happened to Jenna Ortega. She was once the young actress everyone admired, but now, after losing weight, her cheeks have sunken in. Her bleached eyebrows and hollow eyes give off a strange, exhausted vibe. What has happened to her? She's only 23, but she looks at least 20 years older than Emma sitting next to her. It's as if she's her mother. How absurd. And then there's Ariana Grande. Her recent pictures of being unnaturally skinny have shocked everyone. Her prominent collarbones and gaunt face make people worry if she has enough energy left to sing and perform. She seems to have lost the delicate, cute charm she once had. Why have they all embraced such hollowed out faces? In reality, this look is truly unattractive. Do you like this style?
Music video. Where Are You Now? I'm going to slow it down to show you frame for frame. Now, it's created by a lot of Justin Bieber's fans, a lot of artwork from fans, but I'd argue that some of them were created by Justin Bieber to strategically slip them in there to send a message. So this one is really disturbing. It's Justin Bieber with pizza wings, a pizza above his head. Far upper right corner, you see a face smelling him, and his eyes are appearing kind of like bloodshot and crying with some devil horns. And if you don't know, in the Epstein files, pizza is used to reference children. Kill the poor, love the devil back, $5 to look at it. This one says false god. Here's another devil one with his mouth silenced. This one says put drugs in your butt, and it has like a little sinister face on the side, and he has a necklace with ice cream on it, with a little tag. Ice cream literally means male. Yeah. Here's one that looks like he's giving some. Here's him with his head blown. If you're reading this, then it's already too late. Here's another one with the Illuminati symbol. It says, "We made it." Hollywood with cavities and death. This one is with the devil saying the greatest trick I've ever did. Bush did 9/11. Here's one, two-way street, safety or fame, with a bunch of dead people, his eyes bleeding, his face being completely silenced. Illuminati once again. Jesus saves. Help, Ronald McDonald is killing our kids. Upside down crosses, more Illuminati. Stop worshiping me.
This may be way more worser than we originally thought. It seems like people are filming other people in grocery stores because they're acting like AI robots. Like, it does not seem like these people are real. It doesn't even seem like they're all there. Does the government want us to think that there's more people than there actually?
Why are private companies allowed to photograph your child every year at school? They come into schools and collect high-resolution photos of millions of kids, and those images aren't just printed. They're stored digitally and controlled by third-party companies, not schools. And in an age of facial recognition and AI, massive photo databases aren't harmless. They're used for identity matching and long-term recognition. When the same child is photographed year after year, they become easier to track over time. Parents are told it's normal, but they're rarely told who controls the data or how it's used. Send this to a parent to make them aware.
The elite really don't want you to own anything.
Remember when we used to own things? Your music lived in your CD case, your photos were printed, your car, your movies, your stuff are yours.
Media.
Now, you don't own. You access, you subscribe, stream, rent. Even your creativity runs on borrowed platforms. They call it the convenience era. But let's be real. It's the control era, because when you don't own something, you don't make the rules. Miss a payment, it's gone. Change the terms, too bad. Your tools freeze, your files vanish, your account resets. You think you're the user? No, you're the product. And they're selling you back to yourself. That's why in business, in brand, in life, ownership matters. Own your email list, own your systems, own your ideas, because if you don't, someone else will.
Knows a lot, right? He even said that, hey, if the American people knew what they were eating in their fast food, they would completely storm the FDA, every powers that be. Wow. Because he says we're actually eating people. So he says that look into the fast food because there's not enough cows to go around, right? And he discloses a lot of things about America.
I think Mr. Beast is an industry plant and a fraud. He recently partnered with the Rockefeller Foundation to tackle issues like poverty and climate change in Africa. Okay, but why Africa? If you care so much, why not tackle the problems in your own country? So first, let's look at Raj Shah, the front man of the Rockefeller Foundation, who used to be the front man of USAID under the Obama administration. And USAID was exposed countless times for funneling money with zero accountability of how US tax dollars are being spent. Now let's not forget that the Rockefeller Foundation created the lockstep document in 2010 telling us how they will use a pandemic to tighten the screws around our necks and increase surveillance on every citizen. Now on the other hand, Mr. Beast has a huge influence on children and has a history of siding with everything that the elites want. Now I can't speculate if the goal is to groom children to his content or funnel money in dark places through his foundation, but when you take all of that into account and you're throwing up the devil horns to celebrate a Rockefeller partnership, it doesn't make me want to recommend his channel to anyone.
How old were you when you realized these things? Like that being a pancake smothered in peanut butter. How old were you when you found out that the creator of Subway Surfers made the game in memory of his son who died while skating in the train tracks? I was today fucking years old. I'm depressed. Goofy is actually a cow and not a dog. Disney's always trying to stir up some shit to be the center of attention, and they always just end up being the drama. So I don't buy this. He's a dog. I was today years old when I discovered the green and brown M&Ms are lesbians. Good for them because they're too fucking hot for those men. The little number on the back of products indicates how many months the product is good for once open. I've never seen that little number, so that means I never knew that. If you click and hold the spacebar, you can move the cursor instead of trying to drag the cursor itself with your fat thumb. My thumb is not fat, it is thick. The hole on the pot is made for holding your messy cooking spoons. Never worked.
Anybody else notice that Ellen's set looks a lot like Epstein Island?
Here's the set of the Ellen show. Does that look familiar? The blue and the white?
You've seen it before.
The kind of the greenery and the white seats and the color scheme. Does it look familiar? Because it looks familiar to me. Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Every single star has been on the Ellen show. And just so out of nowhere, Ellen's looking very, very old, huh? She's not looking too good. It's like when you stop drinking that red juice, you start to die on the outside a little bit, huh?
Stay weird.
She just discovered an unsettling truth before the latest snowstorm in New York, because while driving to work, she noticed something in the sky that explained everything.
This is pure evil. This massive snowstorm that we're supposed to get. Look at the skies before the snowstorm. This is your daily reminder that everything is fake, our government hates us, and all of these events are orchestrated.
What people don't understand is like the Epstein files is just the tip of the iceberg. This stuff goes way back. For those who may have remembered during the 2016 election when it was Trump and Hillary had deleted like 30,000 emails in one night. Everybody thought that was a little suspect, but that's because she had her own Epstein files, and WikiLeaks actually dropped a lot of these files. And I remember reading some of the WikiLeaks files. It said that Hillary and John Podesta, who was the chairman for Barack Obama, they were emailing about how they were going to sacrifice a chicken to Molech, but chicken is code word for child. There was one case that I heard about Hillary Clinton. It was about a tape that the NYPD was looking at. 9 out of 12 police officers that were looking at the tape all committed coincidentally suicide right after, which I believe they were assassinated. Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin, they were in the forest in Israel and they tied a little girl to a tree. They cut out her stomach in a zigzag formation. They pulled out this little girl's intestines. They were naked while doing so and covered their body with her blood. People have to understand there are sick people that are governing this world.
This woman was being followed by a shadow person and can prove it.
I was just walking out of my apartment. And look.
If you look behind the car, you can see a shadow person. That is a humanoid figure behind that car.
It's following me.
Stay weird, y'all.
She remembered her daughter's birthday way before
my
she had a daughter. There's this mom that had a diary, and she wrote every single day what happened that day.
Yeah.
And one of the passages that she wrote, today feels weird because it feels like I'm remembering someone's birthday, but I don't know who. So she wrote that in her diary on February 28th. Now, she found this diary again, like when she's way, way, way older. She wrote this long, long time ago. That day ended up becoming the day she gave birth to her daughter.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's called something. Feeling?
Prophetic
Feeling? Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Today at school was fun. I was in such a good mood. Today is somebody's birthday, but I can't remember whose.
And I got the biggest chills because on February 28th, 2001, I gave birth to my first child, my baby girl, Molly.
Dude, do you remember that radioactive shrimp recall that we literally just had a couple months ago? Because it just got expanded and it's way bigger today. This is not a rerun of what happened before. This recall just got expanded again. There's now frozen shrimp that's sold across 17 different states that is right now being pulled from grocery stores because it may contain radioactive contamination. And by the way, we're not just talking about one small batch, because tens of thousands of bags that are sold under major grocery store brands are now affected. This shrimp is being sold at stores that people shop at every single week, and officials are telling anyone who bought it to not eat it under any circumstances. The reason is because after they tested the shrimp, it was flagged with cesium-137, which is a radioactive isotope that obviously does not belong in food. Regulators are saying that there are no illnesses that have been reported yet, but this is a serious precaution because the long-term exposure is the real concern of being in contact with something that's radioactive. Officials are now urging people to check their freezers immediately, look at brand names, dates, and return it or throw it out. How did this get into grocery stores once again, and why are we finding more of it now? It's Christmas Eve.
This shit gotta be a coincidence. The NFL was practicing their Super Bowl fireworks for the Super Bowl this Sunday. The fireworks is red and blue. Okay, so what I got to say about that is, what if this shit scripted? Why they practicing red and blue? Y'all think the Patriots finna win? I personally got the Patriots, I ain't gonna lie. Who y'all got on game? We gonna come back to this video tomorrow after the Super Bowl and see who won. And if you seen this after the Super Bowl, y'all let me know. Y'all think this shit was scripted? Cause they already said it before the Super Bowl, during the practice, that... What?
You know what?
They did the Brighter Days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, you know? The memory erasure. They erase my memories. It's a little foggy.
They were playing the Ouija board and something creepy happened. These friends were experiencing strange stuff in the basement when suddenly one of the girls that was recording was pulled by something. Could this be something evil?
Is this Jeffrey Epstein? No? How do you know that? What's the percentage chance that it's Jeffrey Epstein? Okay, so it's not 0. Remove his beard. Cannot edit public figures' images. Which public figure is this? Dude, bro.
You heard the conspiracy theory that Wayfair is trafficking humans?
What? No.
This isn't proven, right? So Wayfair has these weirdly priced items on there. Like there was a safe, a little like small safe, right? And it's named after a person that went missing in Chicago.
What?
So the safe is named like Amelia, right? And it's listed for $150,000. Or a chair named Brooke that's listed for $200,000.
That's crazy.
It's a thing that people have seen on Wayfair for years, but it's just been ignored. No one has done anything about it. I don't know if anyone has bought these items to see what comes in the mail, but it's so weird because it's so common. It happens all the time.
For real?
Yeah, so there have been hundreds of listings like this, and they usually go up right after somebody turns up missing and their family's crying for them and pleading for them to come home. Yeah, it is honestly one of the weirdest things I have ever seen.
There's this crazy rumor going on that apparently Jeffrey Epstein is still alive and he got leaked because of Fortnite. In the Epstein files, there's a receipt from YouTube where his username is littlestjeff1. And there's a Fortnite account with that exact username based in Israel who's been active in the past 24 hours. In addition, you can find on the Epstein files that on May 7th, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein apparently bought $25 worth of V-Bucks. But what's weird is he died in August. And even more suspicious, if you search littlestjeff1 and try and find him on Fortnite, he's now gone private.
So Erica Kirk is pregnant. She announced it. Problem is she's 8 weeks pregnant and Charlie Kirk died 10 weeks ago. They may try to do some Immaculate Conception, Virgin Mary stuff, but nah. That's JD Vance's baby. It refers back to an earlier post I did when Nicki Minaj said that JD Vance was an assassin. She was referring to him assassinating that kitty cat that mash up the team. He was I shouldn't laugh. It's a terrible situation. But yeah, that's that dead baby JD.
Well, it's not blonde, it's gray. It's like old lady hair. It's like gray. It's literally like grandma color. Okay. It's literally like granny gray. Tiny bit, and I know a little tiny bit, but what I know I can't say. But you're working with Jessica. I am working. I'm coming.
Has anybody been able to explain this situation yet? Like, how did Ariana Grande go from this to this in just a couple years? And I know a lot of people have been talking about her physical appearance and how her, Cynthia, and Michelle have been looking so frail lately, but I'm telling you, it's